Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a new Gwent deck video. The NILFGAARD patch was finally released, bringing over 60 new cards into the game, alongside a bunch of balance changes, so the perfect timing for some new decks. Overall, the Gwent guys changed so much that it's really a complete new experience, and right now I always have to double check if a card still has the same effect. Anyway, we are playing some Monsters Consume deck today. For that we are using the Dagon leader that is spawning either a weather or the rally effect. The star of this new kind of consume version is nowadays the Vran Warrior, a card that is completely different with the new patch than before. The Warrior got a new shiny effect. He will now, when he enters the game, as well as at the end of every 2 rounds, absorb the weakest unit in a row. Over the course of a round, he might then get pretty big. So far, my highest one was at around 60 points. Because he's eating the weakest unit in a row, that will be a lot of the times the small Nekker. The Nekker itself is spawning more Nekkers, allowing you for a constant flow of fresh meat for the Warrior. As always, we will create more Nekkers with the Nekker Warrior. Furthermore, with the Monsters Nest here, we also have the option to get a few more copies of the Nekkers onto the board. If there is a point in the round where the meat is getting dry, you will just have more to eat again. Keep in mind that the Monsters faction ability was also changed. You will now always keep the last unit played on the battlefield, so if you're doing it right, it will be the huge Vran Warrior in the best case scenario. Another great change was made to the Crones, who are now 7, 8 and 9 points. It is now harder to clear all 3. While you only needed a Geralt Igni before to do that, your opponent will now need more cards to deal with them. Another upside is that the 9 points card will count as your last card played for the Monsters ability, so you would keep the highest crown out of those 3 on the field. That's basically it for the deck. The rest of the deck should unfold in a few games we are now doing. Before I forgot that, I just want to point out how great the premium cards are looking for Gwent. Really great job for the developers. I like the Sweller Potion here, I like the animation. Anyway, let's play the deck now. First game, and we are up against the Scoia'tael. So normally that one is not spawning too much weather and we should be fine, because weather is one of the weaknesses of the deck. So we definitely don't want double Nekkers, we're just getting one here. Lacerate, Sweller Potion, the bomb. We have one Warrior, we have one Nekker Warrior. Ekimmara. No gold card so far, so we might want to replace a bit more. Maybe getting rid of the Lacerate here. Getting a Crone, that's the first one. We could still redraw that. So there's one gold card, that's the Dimeritium. We need to start. So we are starting here, of course, with the Nekker. Then we will play the Nekker Warrior. Oh, Barclay Elves, that means he's playing with some dwarves. The Barclay Elves is adding 1 strength to all other dwarf units, wherever they are. So that could be in the hand, could be on the board, could be in the deck still. Okay, let's create some Nekkers.
Everything all right? The storm is coming. Let's enjoy the weather while we still can.
And there we go.
Oh my.
Some elf mercenaries, Hawker healer, so he's spawning a few points here in the melee row. But that's okay. Go for the Ekimmara. Get rid of the Nekker Warrior. Ekimmara is now 11 points. We are buffing the Nekker because that is getting buffed whenever we absorb a unit. Oh, that one is now relentless. That one is now immune against weather. So. Play the Vran Warrior. We're eating 1 Nekker. The Warrior is going up to 9 points. We're spawning another Nekker out of the deck. Well, that's a new unit. So that one is not triggering now the abilities. But I mean, we could just eat that without a problem. Going for the Speartip asleep, that is adding 1 strength, and because there are more than 3 opposing units, that one is Transforming into the old Speartip Awake, that is 8 points. And also dealing 2 to everything on the other side. So he's thinking about using his leader ability. With that he could get another silver card out of the deck.
Nothing like a dwarf to get
Go for it. So only 2 left in the deck. He has currently played only 2, so there will be another 2 in his hand. Is that right? That is right. So going for the Jarvan Secret, that one stays on the board. At least for the next round. Then it's not staying anymore. We will just play the Ekimmara now. That one will be our last unit played. And let's use it here on the back row. He will not use any weather effect if he has weather effects because he has 2 units on that row. So, and we are eating the highest unit. That will be 12 points. So that's 18 points now. And that's the last unit we played this round. So if we now just pass, we are keeping the Ekimmara for the next round. We are currently 13 points ahead. We can use the Swallow Potion here, buff it even further. So we have a 26 points unit on board.
Water is a poison.
Still 11 points ahead. If we go for the Dimeritium, we could deal a bit of damage in this lane. Might be a chance that that's a Tower Wheel and that he's buffing the lane. So will that be enough if we... That will be 3. That will be 6 that we are removing. So that should be enough if we just use the Dimeritium here right now. So after that we will just pass. Spawning another rally.
The storm is coming. Let's enjoy the weather while we still can.
Ooh, now he's going ahead. So the bomb should work out. So back to 42. He's still getting 6 and he's getting another 10. So he would still be behind. Spawning weather is not super helpful here. I mean, we could use it here on the each row. No, not happening. Okay, so we are just passing. If he wants to go ahead, there you go. He needs to play another card. And we're keeping the 26 points on board. Plus we are spawning another Nekker. So for the next round we are pretty good. He's just keeping the 13 points right now. 2 points behind, so he needs to invest another card. 1 card disadvantage for him. That should work out. He's not investing. So we're even winning the round and we have a stronger opening for the next one. So there we are, 26 points. Also got the Crone, which is wonderful. But why are we not spawning another Nekker here? Is that the... Shouldn't be the only one. There is 1, 2. Normally we should spawn another one. Not sure why we're not spawning. That is strange. Might be a bug. If I'm not mistaken here, normally we should spawn more. There are still 2 left in the deck. Because we used the Nekker Warrior. So we have another 2 in the deck. It's not that we are out of Nekkers. We drawed 1 here. Pretty strange. So he's going for an ambush card. Then he's playing the Dragoon. That is buffing another unit in his hand. Giving it extra 4 points. But right now he's so far behind. We can just go for the Crone here. We can play the Katakan. I guess we will play the Katakan last. If needed, then we are getting a stronger unit than just with the Crones. We will play the Crones here anyway. Spawning another 24 points. And he is currently 24 points behind. We will now drop the Katakan. And let's see what we are eating here. The biggest unit right now, that will be the Barclay. Old Speartip. I'm definitely going for the Barclay. Katakan is going up to 14 points. The Nekker is getting 1 point stronger and there's a concede. Still not sure what was up with the Nekkars. If anyone knows, please just post that in the feedback section. Game 2 brings us a King Vran skill league deck. We'll see how that is going. We have one Nekker here, Monster Nest, Swallow Potion, and way too many crowns. Also 3 gold cards, so we will drop this one here. That's a Katakan, which is pretty strong against skill league, so you can just steal one of his key cards and then you will be fine. Probably he might run with the Ceres here and the Queen's cards, so then the Katakan might steal some decent stuff. Guess we're just keeping it. I mean, we could search for a Nekker Warrior here. If we go for the Monster's Nest, we will spawn quite a lot of Nekkars. Drop the Swallow Potion and there's a Nekker Warrior. Okay, that's better. So we are starting with this hand. And I would assume that he's playing with the Queen's cards. Yeah, he's starting with the Pirate, then the King Vran is played, dropping the Queen's Guard into the graveyard. And the fun thing is that when the Ceres is played and it's going to the graveyard, that one is converted to silver, so we could eat that with the Katakan. And that will be a lot of points. Just to make sure that the Ceres is played quite early. So it's going for King Vran. And then most likely dropping the Queen's Guard into the graveyard. There you go, double Queen's Guard. So there is the option to steal the Queen's Guards right now. That would also be not too bad. Then he's only spawning 2 Queen's Guards every turn. But we could also wait when the Ceres is coming, but then the Ceres of course getting bigger. So it depends a bit. What do we want to do? Ceres is getting big with 2 Queen's Guards as well, but not as big as with 3. If we eat the Ceres, that would be stronger than just eating the Queen's Guards, of course. I guess we will wait. We're eating the Ceres, that might be better. Would only be a problem if there's a Queen's Guard, if the Ceres is only coming in the last round. If we're only playing 2 rounds, for example, he's winning the first round and then Ceres is coming on the second round and then it was golden. Then we're not able to eat that. But if he's forced to play Ceres on the second round and we're going to the third round, that's better. That's definitely better. Then we need to win this round here and we can lose the second round. Alright. Anyway, Vran Warrior here, that's good. Let's play that. So we're eating 1 Nekker, spawning another one. Last wish, drawing 2 cards, he's discarding 2 cards. Interested to see what he's discarding. Double Shieldsmith, interesting. So no need for some buffs, apparently. Also we can of course use the Caretaker to steal the Ceres, that would also be a nice option. Let's get some more cards here. Crone and Swallow Potion. Crone wasn't the greatest card to draw here, of course.
Bow before modern Freya.
Priestess getting the Shieldsmith, buffing 1 Queen's Guard as expected. So we're just consuming here. Buffing our small warrior, getting more Nekkars on the board.
Modern Freya is patient.
Another Priestess and another Shieldsmith, buffing the Queen's Guards again. Which is fine at the moment, don't care too much for that. Can just spawn Weather here of course and play the Dimeritium. That would get rid of everything in the lane. We're not using that on the Queen's Guards for sure. Then he's just spawning more Queen's Guards, so that's not worth it. Let's see. Right now the last card we have played is the Ekimmara, so would be useful to play the Swallow Potion on that one. But the Vran Warrior is currently eating the Nekkars all the time. So we might still play the Weather effect. Still. Yeah, let's do that. We're spawning the Rain. So everything is going down to 1 here. We can use the Dimeritium and the whole lane is dying.
Let's get this over with.
Okay, well, Igni. Okay, well, we wouldn't kept the Warrior anyway. So it doesn't really matter. Currently 2 points behind. And if we use, for example, Sweller Potion here, we are going ahead. Not sure if the Nekker, if that was spawned from the deck, if that is counting. Otherwise we will of course play the Sweller Potion here on the Ekimmara. Depends a bit, not sure. If the Nekker stays on the board, then we should have played the Sweller Potion on that one. We'll see about that. So the Ekimmara is staying, as expected, okay. So we're spawning another Nekker, of course, winning the round. Which is exactly as we planned, and we got... No, we don't want triple Crones here. That was bad. It's really bad. So let's, I would say, we are using the Monster's Nest here, spawning some Brutables. And then we will eat them all with the Warrior. That should be nice.
Bow before modern Freya.
Priestess, getting the Queen's Guard back on board. So let's eat some Nekkers here. And all the Nekkers are getting buffed, of course, because we are always absorbing. So that will be a nice lane. And then unfortunately, looks like we will just drop the Crones. One at a time. Let's start it with the 7 points. So the last one will be the 9 points, so at least we're keeping that.
Modern Freyr is patient,
Another Priestess and probably another Shieldsmith. Buffing Queen's Guard again. I mean, he's still behind. And apparently we have 0 Nekkers now left on the deck. 9 cards to go. First Light, Rally Effect. Not even getting a unit. 5 cards left to go. So you don't have Ceres in the hand, maybe? I mean, right now he is still a lot of points behind. And the Ceres currently should be around 20 points. Maybe a bit higher. But that will be it. So you would need more cards to go ahead here. We are absorbing another unit, so the Nekkers are getting buffed as well. Ah, the bomb, okay, that is helping him a bit. Let's still play the Katakan here, we have the Caretaker. So we have still another option for the Ceres. And that would force him to play another card here. Not much left in the graveyard for him. And our side is also not that strong, but that will be another 6 points, and the Nekkers are getting buffed then. So let's steal the Shieldsmith here. So this one's going up to 12. The Nekkers are also getting buffed 1. Then the Warrior is eating 1, and the other Nekkers are getting buffed by another 1 point. So again, we are pretty far away. Why is the... Okay, turn is changing, finally. There's the Ceres, that's 18 points. He's still behind, so he needs to play the last card. The Caretaker's then taking care of the Ceres next round. Which is pretty good. Let's see if we can get the 5 points here.
What do you need?
He can, okay. Picking up the pirate.
You gotta pay. Can't let you through elseways.
So we are keeping the 12 points from the Katakan. He has 0 cards right now, so he's only 1 card for the last round. With the Caretaker, we're just picking up the Ceres. And maybe he's even not able to... Oh, we got the Restore. That's huge.
Protect you from all evil.
So I mean, he's still losing because we can take care of more points. Yeah, he should pick the Queen's Guard. That's more than the Ceres. That was only 19 points.
Real good.
So that's quite a bit. But we're going for the Caretaker here. Pick up the Ceres, which is now even stronger because he played the Queen's Guard. That will be 22 points. And with the old Speartip here, we had another option to win, because that was also decreasing his amount of points there. So that will be it for the deck. Pretty fun to play. The only weakness is probably weather effects. So if your opponent is using weather effects heavily, you run into some problems. You don't have that much to answer those. You can use one Clear Skies and you can use a bomb, but other than that, you're running a bit into trouble there. Anyway, that was the end for today's episode. I hope you've enjoyed the deck and I hope you have enjoyed some Gwent action for today. If you have, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We will see us then in the next episode, which is probably coming tomorrow. See you then, guys. Have a good night. Bye bye.